guys, this video is gonna be my journey on making like my first thing from scratch. And I made like a corset top, but it's not really a corset, it's just like a top, but then let's call it a corset top. But like yeah. And oh, just a disclaimer, this video is not a tutorial, so do not watch it please if you want a tutorial, because you're not really gonna get anything out of it. It's not a tutorial, it's just my process and journey. But if you do want a tutorial, I'll link a video in the description for you, like the tutorial I used. It was really good. So yeah, let's get started. I got this corset pattern from Kiana Bonolo. I'll link the video down below if you actually want to make the corset, because that's an actual tutorial. But yeah, I cut it out, and my dog distracted me like this whole process of like just making the corset, and she was really annoying, but it's fine. After all the pieces were cut out, I got this orchid colored satin fabric from Joann's. It was really cute. And laid it flat on the ground. And then I laid it on the wrong side. So when I traced it on the wrong side of the fabric, which is basically just the non-decorative side, like the side that's not gonna show, because red ink on like the pretty part of the fabric would not be cute. So yeah, I did it on the wrong side. I also traced it really lightly on the on the fabric, because if it's too dark then it'll bleed through onto the other side. And then afterwards I just cut it, and cutting is so hard for me, like I'm really bad at cutting, and so this part was honestly I think the hardest part of the whole process, because I hate cutting so much and I'm really bad at it. And yeah, I hated it. And they should make right-handed scissors, because I'm a lefty, and using right-handed scissors gave me a bunch of like blisters on my hands, and it was just not fun. But I'm so bad at cutting, and so I try to find like different like angles and stuff to cut the fabric, but it didn't work out. So, but I managed, and I got it all, and that's how it looks like. And then I had to do it all over again on another piece of fabric, which is like the back side. I have this I bought this orchid colored just like satin shiny string from Joann's, and I set it up in my sewing machine, and then I started I pinned all the pieces and started sewing them together. I did the decorative orchid colored one first, and then I did the same thing to the muslin. I used muslin for like the other side of the corset. Yeah, so this is how it turned out. This is like the satin part of it, and then the muslin part is basically the inside. And then after you sew all the pieces together, you want to put them on top of each other with the wrong sides facing up and down and the right sides facing the inside. And then I pinned it all together so it's easy to sew. Yeah, this part is like, okay, you don't have to do it. This isn't even a tutorial, but I didn't have to do it, but it just helps keep the pieces together. And then I just sewed the sides and the top and not the bottom, because I needed to like have a place to flip it inside out. So just the sides and the tops I sewed. After I sewed all the parts together, I put it on an ironing table and I flipped it inside out. This is the part I was talking about. You had to flip it inside out. And there were parts that turned out kind of weird, but overall it turned out pretty good. And then I ironed it, or I guess I plugged in the iron, and then I started ironing it. But okay, you have to make sure that if the heat is high, you have to do it on the cotton side or the wrong side of the fabric, because do not use hot heat on satin. I learned the hard way, and I burned all my satin off, and so I had to do that part all over again, or do it on really low heat if you want to do it on satin. Finally, I got to the boning part, which I didn't really record because it was kind of a lot of work to record, because I didn't really know what I was doing. But good thing this isn't a tutorial, so I don't need to really show how I did it. But yeah, I used like the cheap boning from Joann's, and then for the binding I cut out like a long strip, like the strip the size of like the circumference of the waist part of this, I can't talk, the corset, and then I folded it hot dog style, and then I ironed it down flat so it'd be easier to sew on, but it was kind of pointless. And then I like did the binding, and I don't think I did it right because I'm pretty sure there's a better way to do it, but I did it and it turned out okay, but maybe I'll learn. And then for the grommets, I added first I measured out, or I didn't measure out, but I kind of eyeballed like even dots so I could put the grommets in. And I tried doing it with a screwdriver, but it broke because you're normally supposed to do it with a hammer. And then I tried doing it with the bottom of my water bottle, and that kind of worked, but I think it'd just be the best if you use the hammer like you're supposed to. And then for the string, I cut out 2 long strips of fabric, and I sewed the 2 ends together on the wrong side. You have to do it on the wrong side because when I flip it inside out, the wrong side will be on the inside. And so I just sewed the wrong sides to connect it, and then I folded a hot dog style again, and then not ironed. I sewed it straight down like so. Afterwards, I cut off all the excess fabric from the string, and then I did the whole string thin strap making method with a bobby pin, and I pulled it all the way through. But this part was kind of hard because the fabric was not stretchy and it was kind of thick, but I just worked with it and I managed to do it, and it took a lot of finger hand power, but I did it. Now I want to get rid of the frayed ends because that's not cute, and so I just cut it off with some fabric scissors. I've been using fabric scissors this whole video. Cut it off, and then I lit a lighter, and then I kind of just melted / burned the edges. This is a really cool trick my mom taught me, and it gets rid of the fraying. It makes sure that it doesn't fray, and it's a really cool trick. And then I just put the string in, I laced it up, and this part was hard because the string was a little too thick, but you live and you learn, you know? Also, I'm so sorry for my really annoying talking, but this is how I normally talk in real life, and I don't know how to talk professionally or cutely like people do in all the videos, but this is the final product, and it's not perfect, but I made it, so if you don't like it, you can leave. Just kidding. Is it too scanty for you? Don't worry, throw on a turtleneck, and it's a cute and appropriate outfit. Is it still too scanty for you? Don't worry, throw on a jacket, and you're ready to go to church. Let's go! Anyways, all jokes aside, this was so fun to make, and it's super cute, and I love it, and I have all this leftover satin fabric, and if you want to see me make anything else out of it or anything else in general, just give me some recommendations, please. Thanks for watching. Bye!